feeling of knowing that you're almost there, that you can literally feel prosperity is just right around the corner. If there was just this little thing that would happen, that you would be able to go from where you're performing right now in your trading to the next level. But have you ever noticed that feeling of knowing is really a feeling of certainty? And here's the deal. It's actually an illusion. It's actually a stage that traders fall into all the time. They get to this stage and they think they're almost there. And they think, well, just a little bit more down the road, then I'll be there. But what they don't realize, that stage is not almost there. It is a place where they're stuck. In fact, the biology, here's the deal, friends, and this is the stuckness that happens for a trader in the feeling of certainty. The feeling of certainty produces a sense, a knowing that you're certain that you're almost there, despite that your trading account's showing you evidence to the contrary. You know you're almost there. You can feel it. You know it, but you don't. The evidence, okay, from your trading account is saying you're slip sliding away. It's not happening. The closer I'm getting to this, the more I slip slide away from it. And yet there's that feeling you can't shake of knowing. That's the point. This is when two worlds collide. The world of knowledge and the world of performance. Because what's happened is that technically, after several years, you become technically a very good trader. You know how to trade in the classroom, okay? But the problem is when you apply that knowledge under pressure of risk and uncertainty, you discover something, is that the feeling of certainty, the feeling of knowing how to trade suddenly disappears. In fact, you do not know how to trade under the environment that traders grade themselves on. Performance of their trading account. That's the big deal. So what I want you to hear is that it's not really psychology, okay? It's below that. It's this need for humans to feel certain, to feel in control, that gets in the way. The brain would much rather believe a reassuring lie than to hear the truth. It will create this feeling, I know it's here, it's just right around the corner, when in fact, it's not there. Then that feeling state, okay, and it's one that's innate, it's inherent, it has been adaptive as a trait into our DNA for generations and generations and generations. The key is, it's also self-deception, okay? It's that reassuring lie, and the trader really has to break free of that reassuring lie, because that feeling of certainty is not squaring up with the facts. Again, the only thing that you can really trust in your trading is what is your trading account telling you about the mind that you're bringing to trading, okay? The first thing that's going to happen for you to be able to get past this is to acknowledge that it's happening. Notice that it's happening. You know, go back and just take a look at your trading and just start noticing that there was about a 2-year period that it took you to get to the point where you knew how to trade. Then I want you to see this period after that where you're a novice, okay, but you think you're an experienced trader. Or you may be an experienced trader, but you're not a professional trader. The professional trader has gotten past this sense of certainty of knowing, the certainty of like, I feel like I know it should be happening. What they've recognized is that the mind coming out of this brain right here is built for certainty. It is built for the illusion of certainty, even when certainty is not there. What the professional trader has done is they've moved beyond that. They have recognized that there is only an illusion of certainty, and that feeling of knowing has to be balanced against what the trading account's telling you. That's the key, is you have to get past the feeling of knowing. It's really interesting, in his book on being certain, really great neurologist by the name of Robert Burton talks about this, and he talks about how powerful it is and how literally it's getting out of that bias That's so incredibly hard. In trading, there's no choice. In real life, it's so slow, you can stay in that certainty and make up all sorts of narratives, all sorts of stories and explanations that supports it. But in trading, the truth is that it happens so fast that your trading account is telling you point blank whether or not the fiction, the narrative, is actual factual or not. When it's not, you're having to go, oh my God, okay, this is the certainty of feeling that I'm going to have to get beyond. Yes. Now, it will manifest as psychological stuff, like the feeling of certainty, the fear of the unknown, the fear of loss, that I'm going to make it, that grandiosity, that overconfidence, the fear of missing out on profits, all that stuff. However, it's rooted in this inherent biological position on your body, your brain wanting to be certain. It'd rather feel the feeling of certainty than actually be competent. That's what you have to come and get beyond. When you do that, what you discover is you're going to have to regulate that feeling. You're going to have to regulate fear. Emotional regulation, literally volitionally managing the biology of the emotion, is essential. But that's only, emotional regulation only gets you to the door of the mind. You still have to develop a tool to start saying, what is this certainty business? What are the beliefs in there? And what you look into is you discover mindfulness, or what I would call awakening the observer. You have to develop a tool that allows you to open the door of the mind and look in and actually see what's running the show. And what you discover is that the brain itself is a community of rival programs that want certainty, and they've duked it out and they've organized a self, okay? That's who you brought to trading. That self is going to be around certainty. It's not going to be around the management of probability. That's the key, friends. And that's why traders stay stuck. You have to develop a brain, a mind ready to manage, engage probability. Scares the bejeebers out of the organic brain, but it has to be cooled down. That's emotional regulation. Then you have to start searching within you for more inherent patterns, emotional programs that can build a mind, that can engage probability. And it just so happens they're there. That's what the professional traders have done. They have found how to take those emotional programs that have kind of been pushed to the side because everybody's been convinced of certainty and of making things happen. But when you go, no, that's not what happens. How do I manage probability? You reorganize the emotional programs, okay, through applied mindfulness that allows you to engage uncertainty. When you come to that moment, what you finally realize is this, is that you realize that the brain can be organized very differently for different purposes, okay? Initially, the mind you brought to trading was organized to survive in a whirl and to produce a sense of certainty. The mind that you're organizing for trading is different. It is being organized to be able to work with uncertainty and to think in terms of probabilities and let certainty go. So there you go, friends. What you're doing is you're building a mind that you're building a mind that allows you to manage the probabilities within uncertainty and become comfortable with it. That's what a professional trader can do that an amateur trader can't. Take care, and if you want to learn more, go to my website, do some reading, look at more videos. There's lots of stuff there, okay?
What's going on, y'all? So, I love this dude. He is awesome. Like some of the stuff he talks about, especially if you guys haven't been trading that long, this is stuff you're gonna run into if you haven't already. So, like the premise of this is like goes back to what I was talking about last week. In the on the last team meeting we had. And the last team meeting we went over FX Blue and setting that up. How many people were able to get that set up? How many people were able to get that set up? Please type it in the chat or turn on your mic or and set and mention it. Just two people. Just two people. Okay. So just three people so far. I think Travell, I think you got yours set up too. I think you sent me yours. Um, you tried. Okay.
I thought we were supposed to do it after you got like a real account.
You can demo too.
Oh, I'm sorry then. Yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah, demo too. Whatever account you trading with, um, should probably set it up on there. And just to kind of reiterate, at work, guys, but Corey, it was super eye opener. This is a new account that I just opened. Because I want to test some stuff out with it, so you can see. This is it's right now. It's not really any details. I just opened this a couple days ago, and what you'll be able to see, is your information regarding how your account looks. And this is what he was talking about as far as what your account looked like versus what's actually what you think you are as a trader and what your account actually looks like, right? And this will tell you how you are actually doing versus what you think you're doing, right? You can think that you're trading really good. You can think that you're doing all this great stuff, but your account can actually be telling you something totally different. That almost there and that he was referring to can actually be very damaging to your account. Okay. And, like I said before, you have to treat your account just like a business, right? So your account, the new process in most businesses is they use data analytics to make decisions on their accounts, right? On their company, right? And a lot of times now, most businesses, even sports, like those next gen sports statistics, where you can see that, this person averages 21 miles an hour when he catches a pass, or this quarterback has a higher rating when he throws to the left or to the right or to the center of the field, or this baseball player average his batting average is 301 when he gets a slider versus 279 when he gets a fastball. So he's going to be looking for more sliders, right? Because the stats are telling him to do that. And just like a business does, they're gonna when products are issued, like when a company decides they want to issue out a product, like they know, like just now I saw an article that the McRib is about to come out at McDonald's, right? Why don't they just throw that on the menu, right? Why don't they just leave that on the menu versus every other week or every other few years they drop it on the menu and then they take it away? Because they know based on data that it shows that creates a new demand for that product, right? So we have to treat our trading accounts the same way. We have to make sure that we understand what our analytics is telling us. And like I said last week, if you don't have this set up, I'm just going to reiterate this again because I want everybody, especially now, because this is the last quarter of the year. This is where a lot of people make a lot of money in this year. And that's what my plan on is for this year. If you never traded during this time of the year, this going into the spring is where you make the most money in your trading, because it's end of the year releases. It's a lot of money being spent during this time of the year, and you see a lot of fluctuation in stock prices. You see earnings reports that add on to it. You see economic changes, And you already know we got stuff going on because of the election and stuff like that, which I'm gonna go over, right? But if you don't have it set up, I'm just gonna show you real quick one more time, right? This is the website, fxblue.com. It's in the chat. And if you got your laptops open right now, I would suggest you go ahead and get it set up as well, right? You're gonna register for it, right? Once you get to this page, we can do trade copying here too. Yeah, you can. You can do trade copying. You're gonna go ahead and register. You can do either one of these. This one will require you to install a little app. This one will just check your account every other 15 minutes, right? You're gonna sign up with your set up a a new registration ID, new password, email, or whatnot. I'm sorry, this is the link. This is the registration link. Right. So this, you will find your broker in here, wherever it is, whatever broker it is. FX Choice is here. If you got the classic live or pro, if you got KOT, it's one of these. If you have Hugo's Way, it's one of those. You're gonna need the account number and the password. And then if you don't, of course, if you don't have the account already, you will just use your email right here and then register, right? Once you register for it, right? Let me go back. It's gonna pull in your data, right? Because you've already been trading with this account, this is a sample account of what this information will look like, right? On the original screen, it'll show you your equity curve, right? Your beginning balance and your equity curve. So this is going to be your beginning balance versus your equity. That's the money you've made off of your trading, or the money you've lost off of your trading. That's what that equity curve is going to show. So for this person, he was up a little bit, then he started losing. He almost pulled back to his original balance, and then he started to fluctuate. Then he took another hit, and he hasn't recovered from that. However, the good thing about this person is their risk reward is pretty good. That is almost 1-to-1, but their winning percent is high. So though they are not profitable yet, they haven't taken too much of a loss because they seem to be using good risk reward ratio, and they are winning a lot more than they're losing, winning a lot more times than they're losing, right? So if this person was to actually get increase his risk reward, he would probably be a profitable trader because he's actually trading at 79%, almost 80% accurate, right? He's probably trading with his lots a little off right now, which we'll be able to see. His average win is less than his average loss. So if he can flip-flop these numbers, he should be able to move into a profitable trader. And so, like, understanding this stuff will help you, right? Will help you make better decisions about your account. I think we went over this again last week, right? These are the pairs that he normally trades. He's only profitable on one of these pairs. That's Euro USD, right? Where he's making $277. What is this telling this guy? He needs to probably stick with trading Euro USD, or if he's going to trade these other pairs, lower the lot size on those pairs, right? He's almost profitable on USD CHF. He's only down $24 on this pair. So he could still trade it, because in those two pairs that he's trading, he's 92% accurate and 89% accurate, right? Where he's taken a total of 65 trades over here, 38 trades over here, right? And he's only lost three trades on Euro USD and 7 on USD CHF. Which broker do we choose for FX Choice, Classic Live or FX Choice? It depends on your account. If you have, likely you probably chose a pro or a classic account, and it should tell you on your FX Choice account whether you have a classic or a pro account. This guy, yes, Miss Tate.
You know, I just went going back into mine. I did set mine up, but when I try to get into it right now on my phone, it's not saying, it's not recognizing me. That's the problem I was having because I had already set it up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I will do a call with you to take a look at it,
Okay,
so we don't have to do it all in front of everybody. Once you're
okay.
there. Same thing with this dude. Um, his average win is very low compared to his average loss. Now, like I said, he could flip flop this. He would be a really good trader because he's actually winning a lot. He's just not maintaining. He's just having some issues with maintaining his account, his win loss ratio, right? Even looking here, out of the days he's been trading, total 94 days. He's taken 94 of his trading days were winning, 36 were losing. 24 of his weeks were winning, 13 were losing. And he's won 4 out of the 9 months he's been trading, which isn't bad, right? It's not really bad. And out of all of his closed trades, he's won 254 and only lost 65 times. So he's taken a total of 320 trades. And out of those 320 trades, he's only lost 65 of them, right? So that actually sounds like he should be winning, right? Because out of these trades, right, he's winning the majority of these trades. But if you look at his profits, right, he's won $2,000 and lost 24.86, right? His average win is only $7.92. His average loss is $38.26. So that's telling us he's doing something wrong, right? He closed out his months. This month he was down 191, 250. He was up. He was down that month. He was down this month, almost broke even. Up this month, down this month, very big compared to the rest of the months. And then he was up this month. So he's at a net overall of down 1% on his account. Still not bad. Like, though all of this stuff he got going on, it sounds crazy, but he can actually turn this around without it being too big of a problem, right? Look at mine. I need to know how I'm doing. Send me your link. Send me your link. Mondays seem to be his best days. Monday, Tuesday seem to be his best days to trade. Wednesday, not so much. Thursday is okay. And then Friday, he just need to leave Friday alone for a little while. And these are decisions that, all right, that you can adjust. Like, all right, cool. So now that I understand this, all right, I'm gonna leave Friday alone. I'm gonna fix Thursday, and I'm gonna focus on Monday and Tuesday. These are decisions that you can implement immediately on your trading account because you see the numbers are telling you that you can do this, right? or like if I take one, I will focus on trading on Thursday. I'll lower my lot until I'm even on Thursdays or back at zero on Thursday, right? Um, you mind if I open it up on here, Olivia?
You can.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a live analysis on Olivia account. That's gonna be pretty cool. Olivia said that we can look at her account. Okay. Let me switch over real quick. Hold on. This is gonna be good because what you find out today, you can actually use this today moving forward, right? All right. Okay. So your initial deposit right here, you pushed it up. You were doing really, really good up until this day on the 14th. And then you took a hit right here. Free margin, you don't have anything open. Your win rate is pretty good, 61%. That's pretty good. Your total pips, you've been getting pips. 986. Need to bring this above a 1. Your profit factor, you want to have this above 1. That's basically one and the higher this number is, the higher you're going to be winning. Worst day, you probably over leveraged on this day. Same thing over here, you probably over leveraging on this week. Got to get this average result up. Your average result is that you're losing on this. Your average win above loss, it needs to improve over here. So let's go a little deeper. Let me see orders, nothing open. All right. AUD USD, you're trading that at 60%, but your profit factor is really high. I want you to stick with AUD USD. That's a good one for you. You only took 2, so I can't give not too much info on that, but for sure, stick with AUD USD. US 30 SPX. 60%, 63, 24 for 16, 24 and 16, 43 and 25. Trade SPX more than you trade US 30. You're almost positive on SPX, so I would stick to SPX. That is giving you the best probability of moving this to a positive number. NAS, I will leave NAS alone a little bit or lower the lots on NAS and US 30. Silver and gold. Gold is killing you. Leave gold alone for a little while. You can still touch on silver a little bit. You only down, but gold, leave gold alone. Now let's look over here. Let's look at the month. Okay. You grew your account by 27% the first month. That's good. but then you took a 50% hit. So you lost the 27% plus a little more. So we got to clean that up. So we're going to work on increasing your winning percentage. And let's look at the weeks. Down 4%, up 46, up 33. Took this hit. This month did you wrong. This last week before last did you wrong. Okay. Let's see what the day of the week is doing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday and Friday, you're doing good. Not doing too bad on Thursday or Wednesday, but Tuesdays are killing you. So if you're going to continue to trade on Tuesdays, lower your lot size on those days just until you bring this back up to 0 or above. And then on Wednesday and Thursdays, these should you should be able to clean this up pretty easily with a couple of trades to get this back above 0. So the goal you want to kind of focus on is, as far as looking at the days of the week, is of course you want to be profitable every day, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So this is your worst day, right? So on Tuesdays, I would change what I'm doing or change my habits on Tuesday in order to try to take care of this, right? So on Tuesdays, your average lot size on Tuesdays is average lot 0.03. So maybe I would lower this on Tuesdays. Lots traded 0.98. Average pips negative. So on Tuesdays, take your TP1 diet on Tuesdays for sure until we can clean up Tuesday. And TP1 diet on Wednesdays and Thursdays until this is above 0, until both of these are above 0, which you could probably get this done this week, right? But this one, until this is probably going to take a little while because this took out most of your trading account right here. So on Tuesdays, TP1 diets on that day for sure. And everything look good, but you're not trading too bad. Your statement is showing that this is a really decent winning percentage, like 61, 62%. That's actually pretty good. Just need you to get up these numbers right here. So that's what I would do. Okay.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Let me see. Other thing I wanted to do was I didn't want to stick on that too long, but of course y'all know election is Tuesday. And then any particular, we got election on Tuesday, we got NFP week this week. And we got a lot of GBP news. So be careful this week. It's gonna be a crazy week, especially at the beginning and the end of the week. It's gonna be really, really crazy because of everything that's going on. And depending on how the election go, that's gonna make it even crazier, right? So trading during the election times, I did it before, but I wasn't this knowledgeable. So, I can't give too much advice on it, but I do, especially with this election, it's something different anyway. You really can't compare it to any other elections, right? So keep that kind of stuff in mind. I would like be a little less aggressive with certain types of trades, and I would probably dial it back a little bit, especially on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then of course Friday is NFP week, NFP release, and then that'll be the end of that week. And if anything goes on as far as like they threaten to all the kind of threats that's been going around based around the election, just kind of keep that stuff in mind, and then be safe. Just be safe too, for your personal safety, because some of the stuff we've heard about what's going on or what could happen and what could not happen, that stuff is, always is going to be a risk, especially like, I don't know if Calvin on, and I think Melissa, you guys are all law enforcement, right? Yeah, I wish y'all be safe, man. Nobody out there taking y'all out, man. We need y'all just like y'all family need y'all. So, be careful out there. And yeah, anybody got anything? Anybody got anything? Yes, you can add more than one account. Yep. You can add all of your accounts and different brokers. You can merge all of your accounts to one as well. And so you'll get all of the information on all of your accounts into one. And I actually have mine set up like that too. I actually need to add this new account too, but yeah, you can definitely add multiple accounts. And I would recommend this for everybody, because like I did a couple polls in the group, man, and I noticed like how many of you guys are not taking the trades that we giving out. Like what's going on with that? Like I've seen, like, I did a couple of polls and I'm gonna put out another one this week to talk about that, because one of the topics that came up on the leadership call is like a lot of people are not taking the trades that's being called out on Kim's trades, on my trades that we do on the Go Live, or people are some people that get on London, they, even though they're on the calls, they're still not taking the trades. So I want to know, like, what's some of the reasons why you guys aren't taking the trades, or you think that the people are not taking the trades?
I know when I've tried to put all the numbers in myself, sometimes it doesn't come out the same.
The numbers, as in
My stop losses.
The numbers that we give out versus the numbers on your broker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that, again, the numbers we give out won't be exact, because we're using TradingView numbers, right? And like we've said it before, right? The numbers that are on TradingView, we use those numbers because we want to give like a general consensus, right? The general consensus is that we decided that the broker that we would issue out the numbers is going to be Oanda, right? And because there are so many different brokers that they're all going to have different numbers, right? Your broker could be FX Choice, Hugo's way. And with that being said, it's going to be all kinds of different numbers, right? So we decided to go with one particular broker that everybody could see the numbers from, that were the most, that gave pretty much the average number, right? So if a trade's call it out, right, and we give out a break of this structure, right? You'll have to go into your broker and see what this number is, right? For your broker. The candles should look similar to this area for your broker as well. So this is O under, right? And if I go to open up another broker, let's look at that, right? Silver on another broker. These are the brokers, right? So the one we'll use is forex.com, right? So we're on the 1 hour and we're gonna trade the break of this, right? So if we put this at the same or similar area, right, which is right here, over here, it's actually the same number. That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's not a good example because
That's not a good example. Let me see. Of course, I would pick the one that's the same. What are you doing over here, bro? All right, like this one. Same area, right? But different numbers, right? So that's how you have to look at it, right? If you're trading live, or if you're trading live, then it's just going to be get in at the break of a certain level, right? So you just have to understand that when people call out the trade and they say enter the trade, you know, your numbers, don't worry about what your broker says. Get in based off of the person that's telling you to get into the trade. They're saying get in.
So that's a market execution right then and there, because I've been confused about that too. Because I know that, you know, when I click market execution, right, and when the menu comes down, it says sell by market, buy by market, sell limit, buy limit, and something like that. And
Yeah.
I've been confused as to what type of execution I'm supposed to do
Market.
every time.
If you're taking the trade that we give out, is a market execution, unless we tell you that it's another trade and execution otherwise. Unless we say,
But it's always market though, isn't it?
sometimes I will give out I will give out a stop, a sales or a buy stop. I'll give out the other types of trade. It just depends on what I'm looking for, but I'll tell you that I'm using it this for that, you know.
So with the other types of executions, right, is that you have to wait and watch them, right? Or no?
No, those are meant to be triggered without you watching them.
Okay.
And if you are taking those trades, it's usually a reason why I'm going to give you or any other trader is going to give you a pending order versus a market execution order. It's probably something that they saw on the charts or something that they see that is going to cause them to give you that order type.
So 9 times out of 10, if you guys are giving the order at night, like at 10 o'clock, right? So I just press sell or buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been putting too much thought into that.
Yep. No comment though.
No, I usually when Kim gives her trades, I always go in and I have to decide which one I'm gonna put in my demo or my live account, because I know my account won't hold US30 and SPX. I don't have enough money in that account. I'm working on it. So, you know, it's got to be some kind of GP. No, she don't even call GPs. She calls, I think, EUR, USD or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I can put 2 of them in my live account. And usually when I put it in, if she gives a stop loss, you know, I just go to sleep on that. and then wake up and see whatever it is, See if I made money or lost money.
Oh no, Miss Tate. I haven't gotten that comfortable yet. I'm
Whatever.
falling asleep, and I'm in a demo.
Go to sleep. Mhm.
Yeah.
This is when you're supposed to learn that kind of stuff. But I want to still get the original question answered. Like, why are there people like what do you guys think is causing a lot of you guys not to get in the trades? Like, what is it that is what are you guys struggling with that's not that is keeping you guys from taking the trades?
Maybe people don't know how to actually put in the stop losses and the take profits.
That's what you think?
I do that.
Okay.
It
Yes.
could be the money. What you think?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well,
I think maybe it's like I know that sometimes I don't even get on the live because I have to wake up early in the morning. So probably people don't get on, or like you said, like I just now noticed that my numbers and stuff are different from um
That was my computer. Can you
No, I
guys?
can still hear you.
Oh, I guess. Olivia, you went out.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm in my car. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
You can hear me now? Okay. I was saying that maybe some people don't even get on because I know I have to be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work, but that shouldn't be an excuse or whatever. But some people might not get on because of that, because they're asleep, or I just found out that my FX choice is different from my trading view, so I really don't know when to get in, like y'all were talking about before.
Right. Okay. So
I can answer that. As Corey was mentioning earlier, and Kim's mentioned before, Kim's mentioned that she doesn't even look at her MetaTrader. She turns the trading view to Owanda, is where she pulls up everything that she's trading off of. And if Owanda says on trading view that it's at a certain point, to not even look at the number on MetaTrader and just enter as your trading plan says.
That's
exactly.
what I do.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I do.
Yeah. So only focus on the trading view numbers. If the price breaks on trading view or it does whatever the criteria of the trade says to do on trading view, all you do on your broker is buy or sell.
So not the stop losses and stuff.
Same thing. If your stop loss on trading view is whatever the case is, let me just take an example, right? Let's say we were gonna buy right here. Our stop loss is this low right here, right? So even though it's like, even though it's not on your broker, whatever this number is, right, and it's below it, that the intent of this stop loss is to be below this low, right? If she gave a buy right here, or I gave a buy right here to buy at this point right here, I'm going to use the stop loss to be below this low, right? So whatever your broker says, regardless of the number, your stop loss should be below this low, right?
So even let's say, for instance, if I'm driving, right, or in the car with somebody and I don't have a chance to look at trading view, how many points or pips below should I try to set my stop loss?
It's not going to be the same all the time. It's just going to depend on what the market structure look like, right? So this is the most recent low. If we buy here, we just going to put it below that point, right? Or if we didn't have a recent low, we would probably zoom out right here and use this low, right? So I'm gonna put my stop loss below that point, right? And then whatever my take profit is, I'll set that, right? But in in most cases, if I'm going to buy or I'm going to sell, I'm going to use the most recent low or recent high as my stop loss. Let me see. We seeing some of the trades late. That is my reason for some call out. Yeah, I do agree. Like some of those Gold Cup trades, they are late because I don't know. Are you guys not getting the notifications on your phone as well
The notifications.
for the Gold?
Corey, the notifications on Gold Cup, they turn from like whenever I set it for the phone, it reverts back to email. And so I'm constantly looking at it and changing it, but it like automatically goes back to email setting.
Yeah. I haven't had any luck with that either. And I'm not usually paying attention to my email as much as I would my notifications. And we mentioned it to Kim, and because for a while on the Gold Cup app, it wasn't even showing her as available. So I'll mention that to her again. Like I got all my phone notifications set up, and I never did a call.
It might be just the app, or it might be IM that have to tweak it with the programming.
Yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that.
I get Gold Club alerts all the time on my phone.
You get mistake?
You have an Android mistake?
No, I have an iPhone.
Okay, my iPhone, I was gonna think because my iPhone it doesn't hold the notifications on the phone.
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now from Forex Check.
But did you get the alert for it when it actually got triggered?
No, the last one I had was SPX 500, and that was on October the 30th.
Yeah, that, I mean, you can see it in there, but you don't get the notification when it actually got called out. That's what we're talking about.
Okay. No.
The only time that I get it is when they put it in the Telegram,
Right.
and then that's how I know to go check on Gold Cup.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's play. Or how did you add the lines? Right here, under here. To add the line that I just dropped right here, and just place it here. You should make sure you're on Monday session at 5 p.m. That's the how-to session, okay? I don't know how to say this. Shimona. Yeah. Did I say that right? Okay, cool. I have to hunt Telegram to see Gold Cup alerts. The app still, yeah, it's not working at all, Shanika. Like I be forgetting that I have the app, honestly. And then Telegram I've gone nose blind to Telegram. Like it's so many alerts and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to differentiate between when Gold Cup alerts and just a regular message come through. And then you got all the different traders in that Telegram group that calling out trades that aren't Gold Cup US 30 trades, right? So it is a little daunting to kind of remember that. So but maybe there just needs to be a Telegram for the US 30 portion of it, and then not include the rest of them.
Yeah, but a lot of those, like you said earlier, a lot of those trades, man, they lag. So by the time the signal sent out, that thing then flew up probably 20 to 30 points.
Yeah.
and then you just getting it, trying to get in. I know it was like that back in the days. I didn't know if they either, switched it up or fixed it. So it's like basically, if you might as well just get on the live call and take the trade with them instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm writing down some notes and stuff.
Or before, I don't know if she does it still now, but I know before she used to have, have the trade, have the notes on the trades, and she would put it beforehand. You know what I'm saying? If it breaks, whatever zone, then you enter. I know she used to do it like that. But I know lately it's been like, oh, market execution, she'll try to post it, but it's already late.
Yeah. So far, so the alerts are late. The numbers and
People may not know how to do the stop loss and to take profits from their computers. You can do it easily from your phone, but doing it on the laptop is a little different.
okay. That's what Monday's for, though.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
not everybody know you, Corey.
it don't have to know me. It's on the schedule. I'm just reiterating it though. Just reiterating. If you don't know it, just hop on the Monday session.
I would say the number one reason I don't hop in trades on, because I only trade like indices and certain other things. So the number one reason I won't hop in is if I didn't feel like I saw a retest, and I know that like if something like that's stopping me, it most certainly probably is stopping some other people, or maybe they hopped in without it retesting, and then they got shook and hopped out of it, and then they missed it taking off at, something like that to that effect. But yeah, I've been trying to like strictly wait on break and retests and not taking anything prematurely and psyching myself out in the drawdown.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if I do, and I hop out of a trade, and then I don't hop back in, and then all the trades, are successful, and it's like, well, I did hop in, but it didn't really work out for me per se, and so they're probably taking account of who hopped in and probably getting a bad number.
Gotcha.
Hey, King, in addition to what you're saying, I used to do it like you say, but I realize unless I'm in front of a computer and I marked up my chart to follow it versus blindly do it, because you got to remember at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your decision, and you want to follow, not blindly, but you want to follow with confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Thomas, you're right. So that kind of go with okay, like I think I said it before, right? Let me show you something. Okay, so you can trade these setups as though they're two different setups, right? There is a breakout, and then there's a retest, right? So a good example of this would be if I was to trade the breakout of this right here being this part of the trade right here, and then this part of the trade being the retest over here to move all the way up here, right? And so I say that to say that you can treat this like it's two different trades. If you see these areas, let's go over to them on a 15-minute, because that's where we're going to probably get the entry from, right? So that you're always in profit, right? Take this as two different trades, right? You enter in on the breakout over here, take your profit on the breakout whenever it goes and hit your TPs, or if you're on TP1 diet, you take this as that, right? If you want to wait for the retest, you close out the breakout trade and you take the retest trade as a separate trade. So once it retests, which it did over here, it failed it right here, so you don't take it. It broke out again. You take your profit on that trade, close it out, then open up a new trade for the retest that happened right here, right? And that's another way you can take these trades, right? Because they give you two different setups, right? You have the breakout, which is one trade style, and then have the retest, which is another trade style, right? And you can take these, you can take the breakout, take this however 50, 100 pips on this breakout, close that trade out in profit, and then wait for the retest. Or if it decides, because sometimes you don't get the retest, right? It just flies up, right? But once you start seeing the rejection, like you did up here, or along this path on the way up, you just close out, leave a partial in if you still believe that it's going to go up, and then close out that trade and wait for the retest like he got right here. That's actually a better way, because a lot of times what happens is you guys will get into the trade over here or something like that. You'll see it fly up. You may or may not take partials along the way, and then it come back down, retest, and then it end up still going in your direction, right? So instead of doing that, right, instead of trying to hold this one breakout trade the whole time, understand in your head, right, that you're gonna get a retest, right? So instead of trying to take this one trade to get everything out of that one trade, get what you can out of the breakout, close that, and then wait for the retest to enter in the next trade. Okay?
Mhm.
Think of it
So
as different
That's
trades.
called swing trading, right? Or am I wrong?
That's wrong.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's day trade. I mean, you would do this on day trade setups. You can do this on swing trade setups. The style doesn't matter. It's more so how you're entering the trade that this is talking about.
Okay.
So
so you can literally sit in front of your computer for however many minutes. This is a 15-minute chart. And you just sit there for like 3 hours and go in and out, in and out, in and out, right?
if
Make
the
some money.
setup allow it,
Okay.
if the setup allow it, because sometimes the breakout might not come back to retest in the same day
Till later on.
till later on, so you have to trade it differently. But in this case, this was a breakout on the 15-minute. You would have been able to get the profits. Here, this would have been, you know, 178 pips, right? 200 pips, right? You take that trade, close it out, then you wait for the retest, which happened over here. The retest, you could have took it back to TP1 over here. Then here's another target over here. And then if you wanted to, you could have just held this, take partial right here, here, and then just hold the rest until it turns back around. And if you did that, you up 600 pips over here. You don't get another retest until later on down the line, like right over here. This is almost 10 days later, right? But
So
you would have
Corey, with the retest, right?
been,
Okay, so you see how all those other zigzags are in the air? Aren't you supposed to make zones between those zigzags?
zigzags.
Don't laugh, I'm serious.
You would. That's
Okay, then. So you
that's
know how y'all say, well, wait for the retest, wait for the retest. And I always say to myself in my own head, right? Um, there are several little zones up there. Why would I wait till it comes all the way back? I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but that's the way that I think.
no, because these would be different trade setups along the way.
Okay.
Mhm.
So one trade from
I'm just mentioning this to say that this, if we took this breakout,
mhm.
closed out right here, took this retest and entered a new trade right here, we don't get the market to come back down until here. That's all I was saying by that.
No, what I was asking, what I'm saying is, can you stay, you know, where you first said, get in right here. Can you just stay in it for a while or watch it until it comes back to that point, the last final point, the retest point?
If the market will allow that to happen, it's
Okay.
not going to always give that setup all the time. So that's where zoning all of this off gives you a new setup for a different type of trade, for a different trade. Yeah.
Corey, real quick, here's my thing with at least my train of thought of why I haven't been trading breakouts, and I do try and just wait for some sort of retest that I can see is I've had too many bad experiences entering a breakout and it just being a fake out and going right back down, and there's no profit involved in that, you know, like, or waiting to try and make sure I don't get faked out. And by then, you know, there's not enough room between the entry and the TP. So it's like not really worth it for me. You know, is my train of thought off there? Or, you know, should I just have more confidence and risk it for the biscuit? That doesn't really feel safe to me.
No, sometimes it is that. Um, and you know, you'll get in a situation where you'll get the setup, right? Like if we were gonna trade the breakout of this high right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this candle right here, broken closing balance, but then immediately this candle dropped, right?
Big job.
Big drop, right? And it finally does hit the target that the drawdown you had to be in. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. So it goes back along the idea. I'm gonna mute echo. It kind of goes along the idea where, you know, everything is not going to be perfect, but if you trust your analysis and you didn't over leverage, you should be okay, right? You got to know going into the trade that I could lose this trade, right? Every single time you have to go in understanding that. So if you use the right leverage, you have the right direction of the market, and you understand that your decision is based off of a higher to lower time frame, then you got to be comfortable with making that decision on that trade, right? And if you have to adjust, that's where I take a partial right here. You know, this get in the trade, I see it fly up finally. I see a partial that I can take. I'm right around this area of rejection right here. I get out. I didn't take the whole breakout, but I took a partial of it, right? And then this, if you really inept to what's going on, you can see the reversal, right? That would have happened right here, right? So for me, I always say, you know, like I'm gonna look for what 2-1, 3-1, right? Like say for instance, I'm looking for this trade, right? And I'm expecting it to go all the way up here, right? If I take this trade, I know it could drop all the way down here, right? But if it doesn't, I'm not gonna move my stop loss. I'm not gonna move my mental stop loss. I know that this is where I'm coming out of the trade, right? If that means that either I'm in the wrong direction or I got in early. I also know that if the market is still saying that this is going to go up, this area that it came back down to is an area that is probably going to actually move from. So I also can consider taking my trade from down here and then still look at these targets to take those, right? Because sometimes that's what'll happen, right? You'll get out of the trade, you'll get in the trade up here, which is the risk of taking a breakout, is that if it's not ready, it may push down, right? So you can another way to handle this is you split your order in half, right? You put the first order in at the breakout, right? And you have to be okay with understanding that if it runs from the breakout, that's the profit that I'm going to lock in, right? But if it retraces and it respects the area where I can see that it pushing down to, I'll keep this trade open and then open up the rest of my trade right here, right? And if it starts to reject right here and then finally move up, I have the option now to close out the original trade once it gets right here, or I can leave that original trade open and I got the secondary trade open right here. And now I'm covering, I can close out this trade and let the second trade run, or I can have both of those trades run and then I'll take in more profit on that trade. Because now, even if I hit target 1, which would have been right here, or target 2, which would have been right here, because let's say that it's broken down like this, right? Where this is my targets right here. This is my last target right here, up here, right? And I was expecting to break out and hit this trade, but the market reversed on me, right? So let's use this, right? Comes up, market pushes up, then it drops, right? Say it drops, it drops, it rejects, but it doesn't close below this, right? So now I enter another trade right here. So I got 2 trades in. I got this trade and I got this trade. I split my orders in half. So this is my half of my trade. This is the other half of my trade, right? It goes back into profit from here. I finally get the breakout that I was looking for. And now this hit TP1, right? So you got the option to close one of these trades, this one or this one, and take the profit on and leave the rest of them in. In this case, if that's how I enter my trades, I'm likely going to close the one that I entered here, take profit at TP1, leave this one open, because this one's the furthest away from rejection. Because if it broke out of this high and hit TP1, it's going to come back down to here to retest before it drops or goes up to the next target, which would have been TP2, right? So this is what you want to see, like a clean market look like, right? And then it goes sideways from here, right? Because in most cases, if it's not ready to move up, and where you have your stop loss is probably around an area where it's going to probably reject. And as long as it doesn't break and close below that, you should be good to enter another trade. Now, if it's news related, or if it's like some kind of economic data that's driving it down to reverse it, then you don't add on to this trade. You just close out and understand that this was a loss, right? But if there's still data showing you that this should push up, this is how you would take that trade. Same thing in the opposite direction. Cool beans. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
So the I think that's all I had. Yeah, that's all I had. I'm gonna open the rest of the meeting up for questions, and then if nobody got questions, if you guys got any prospects and want to get them on, I'm gonna hold this meeting open to run a presentation call for anybody else that that has anybody that they want to bring on.
Corey,
Yes.
how do you get the L and the lower highs and higher highs on there?
This is an indicator. Let me show you. The two indicators that I would recommend are this higher high, lower low, this one right here,
Mhm.
and then pivot points, higher, high, low.
Okay, and my other thing is, I don't know if you want me to hold this for Monday, is I can't sometimes get my chart not to go back in the right direction. You know how yours is like this? Sometimes it expands and I can't get it to go back right.
I don't know what you mean.
You see the chart? It expands wide, well, like long, skinny lines, and I can't sometimes get it back.
I'm
Sort of like what
not
you just did.
sure, but this reset chart option is always available. And if you hover over the bottom in the middle of your screen, these icons will show up.
Okay, hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it open. That's it, fam. So if you guys got any prospects, drop me a message real quick. Drop me a message in the chat, and let me know.
Thank you again.
All right. Everybody have a good day.
Bye.
All right, Corey, have a good night.
All right, fam.
So Corey, you're gonna check with me later on about the FX Blue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, bye.
All right, Miss Tate. You didn't have to say it like that. Well, bye. All right, Miss Tate.